self-harm, so if you're squeamish about that, just look away.
Non
There we
posso.
go. Again, look away. There's self-harm on the screen. I can't actually look away at all, so I apologize for that. Now, I'm giving you a heads up. The next section is going to be extremely loud, and it is going to be extremely boring. So, within that time, I'm going to have Mr. Garlips read off some blurbs, and you guys can hear a little bit about the charity. You can hear about a little bit of our incentives. During that time, I'll talk about the donation goals of the giveaways that we're going to do, which, fun fact, this is one of the games that we're going to be giving away by the Wired Productions. So if you would be interested in that, all you have to do, I think, is donate at least $10 and you'd be able to be entered in that giveaway. It is worldwide, I believe, so you should be able to win it that way too. We're also going to be giving away Close to the Sun, which is another game that Wire Productions made, of course, and a few other little knickknacks here or there with that. So if you would want to play this game and not have to pay for it, well, I guess technically you are paying for it if you donate. That is one way. So this is the hallway section. So basically we got ported into her mind, which is the school that she used to go to when she was younger. So within this section we're supposed to learn all about her life and all about the different things that she's done. However, with this version of the game, there's a glitch that in the background, because this is on Unity, in the background there's a clock. If that clock hits a certain number after a certain time span, it pretty much just says the person playing the game is just incapable of finishing it because of how puzzled it is. But in newer versions of this game on PC and console, they fixed that so where you actually have to walk through the entire thing and find all of the pieces. So because of that, it's pretty much any percent is impossible to beat unless you down patch, at least for PC, which I do have a guide up for it. So I am going to get in my little spot, and Garlips, you can take away with all mini blurbs. I think we have about a 10-minute little overlay right now, sadly. I mean, not 10
Oh
minute,
wow.
a 5-minute
Okay.
overlay.
Well, 5 minutes is quite a long time, but yeah, I'd be happy to. Yeah, absolutely. Those prizes that Kuna was mentioning, the digital games and stuff. There are also some. There's free T-shirt in the EU and US, and
All
free
right,
stickers US
everybody, if
only.
you can hear my voice, I welcome you all to our current blocking of horrible games. My name is Tempest Mask 1000, and I am your current host as of that last run and going on a little far beyond out. As you all may know, we have Ozmourn coming back with us for Liminal. Oh, excuse me, Liminal Ranger. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to seeing him do this. I know he's ran this game for a while now, and yet I've yet to catch him do so. So this ought to be interesting. This ought to be interesting indeed. But now, if you are just joining us and do not know what exactly we are doing for this particular horrible games, we are supporting To Write Love on Her Arms, which is a non-profit movement dedicated to preventing, or sorry, yes, well, yes, a non-profit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. TWLOHA exists to encourage, inform, inspire, and invest directly into treatment and recovery. And for those that do not know, since 2018, TWLOA, I'm probably going to slip this up a couple of times. Major apologies in advance, but TWL.
All right, everybody. This is Liminal Ranger. My name is Ozmourn. I hope you're doing well. And Liminal Ranger is a really nice indie game made by Yatam Tup, and it was made back in 2021. It's a really fun experience. It's a really short game, and it's also free on itch.io. However, it's technically pay your own price. So if you have like some money that you'd like to donate to the developer, you made a really nice game, and I highly recommend checking it out and donating some if you will, so you can work on future projects because it's really good stuff. But this is Liminal Ranger, and I have a lot to say and not a lot of time to say it. So time will begin when we hit new game right here, and I'm hoping that I can impress with this really cool experience of a game. So with that being said, timing will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to be doing is the absolute pro gamer strat of skipping through text. I'm already in Goosebumps mode because you can see that I'm like running diagonally, but you do not run diagonally in this game. It loses time. You only run forward. And right here, we go to visit our friend. We turn around, we realize that something is terribly wrong. And so we spend the next several years trying to find our friend who is lost between the spaces and dimensions. And we work for an organization that is Priest Universe. It's a very dramatic plot. This is our boss. His name is Boss. We refer to him as such. We're going to skip the tutorial, but don't worry, I know what I'm doing. And so I'm going to explain all the mechanics to you. The first thing we're going to do is grab our materials, and we're going to break glass with a hammer, because what else would you do? The next thing that we're going to be doing is using this spray to kill this enemy, and if we're good at the game, we should only be able to use it once, which is right there. We're going to bounce up here, and this is the pogo stick. We have 4 different abilities. The pogo stick is one of them. The second jump of your pogo stick will always be higher, and if you just time your jumps correctly, you should keep the momentum going. At the very tip of this jump right here, we're gonna call that coin back. At the very tip of this jump right here, we're going to use the teleporting coin in order to gain a little bit more height. The teleporting coin, as the name implies, you can just throw it and you can teleport to where it sends you, or teleport to where you threw it. And right here, the rest of the level should be just based on enemy cycles, and hopefully we get some pretty decent and tolerable enemy cycles today. Looks like we were. It's great. And then we're going to be jumping up. And next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be collecting memories. The space that we're visiting today is a hallway. The hallway believes that it is sad. It's kind of personified by shadows on the wall that we're going to see later. And this hallway believes that no one really appreciates it for what it is. But we're going to be bringing out memories of people who have spent time in this space. And the memories are in like the memories are in personified by these like cups and these benches that we're going to be collecting. They have different collectibles in each level that we're going to be collecting. And we're going to use a teleporting coin to get into this crevice, break some glass, and then collect the very last memory of this section. Then we're going to take our teleporting coin, call it back, and leave it here to come back to later. And then we are going to come up here, and we're going to jump through this section, grab this checkpoint, and bounce up and collect these benches on the other side. I fell down there, but thankfully the checkpoint that we had is just right there, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Perfect. Jump up and then up again. And with that, we're going to jump, and usually like the beginning phases of routing this game, we would collect the benches from bottom to top, but now we're going to be collecting them from top to bottom. We're going to go around this guy just for some safety reasons in order to collect that last bench, and then we're going to come over here and grab this checkpoint, and then purposefully get hit by this enemy after collecting this memory, so we can just get back to checkpoint and come down, and then we're going to teleport back to where we put the teleporting coin in the center of this section. And then we're going to skip this section, and now skip that interaction with the hallway. Since we collected all of the memories, we don't have to talk to it again. And now we're going to be introduced to a mechanic where we have to get rid of an item and then upgrade an item. We're getting rid of the spray because it's kind of useless, and then we're going to upgrade the hammer because the hammer's ult ability is kind of really OP and allows us to do a lot of things we wouldn't normally otherwise be able to do in this game. And I mean that literally in the sense that you can just fly with a hammer, because what else would a hammer be useful for? Like that. And flying with the hammer is as easy as it sounds. You just have to right click and then jump, and the height and velocity and momentum of your jump, or of your flight, will always be dependent on the timing of your jump after hitting right click. We're gonna wait for some enemy cycles here, and then we're going to come over here and grab this checkpoint for safety. And then come up here and boom, come up here, and usually the hammer is like the objectively fastest way to do it. Come through this section. However, I prefer to use the pogo stick because it has a bit more control in the air. We're supposed to talk to this guy. There's a wall here preventing us, but for some reason the wall just doesn't reach all the way, and so we can just walk through. And we're going to collect this memory from through the wall. And the memories that we're going to be collecting for this hotel room are 4 light switches and 4 chairs, you know, the natural things you would find in a hotel room. And then we're going to jump up here and collect up. Come on. There we go. Perfect. We're good. And now we're going to be using the hammer's alt ability in order to fly up here and grab the last light switch. And then we're going to be teleporting back to where we put this coin, and then grabbing the chairs on the other side of the map. Grabbing this checkpoint and then using the hammer to fly up here in order to skip most of the platforming sections and going through that building. We're going to grab this checkpoint, and then after collecting this chair, we're going to purposely get hit by an enemy in order to get sent back to the checkpoint. Come over here, grab this, grab that chair, and then bring out the coin, grab this chair, and then teleport back to where we put the coin at the beginning of the level. And it's perfect. We're going to grab a little bit more momentum with this hammer here. And then we can talk to this guy through the wall, and then immediately just go straight into the portal. And skip the first interaction with him because we're ready to collect all the memories. We're going to talk to our boss here. Usually you'd get rid of an item, but for some reason during the item select screen, you can just move. And if you reset checkpoint and then just walk forward, you walk through the portal. And so you don't have to... you don't have to get rid of an item there because the game is just like, well, you walk through the portal to the next level. You don't have to. And so right here, we're going to be walking and following the spirit of our lost friend here, or what we believe to be the spirit of our lost friend. This is the normal ending, and so we're not going to be seeing the special stuff today. And so right here, we're just going to be jumping through and avoiding these shadowy guys that will send us back to the beginning of the level because we skipped the checkpoint, usually because, you know, jumping through this is pretty safe. There's a pretty safe line just straight through without having to worry about any of the other enemies. But in your casual playthrough, you do have to be careful of them because they will not, you can't really see them until you're up close to them. And we're just going to be jumping through these stairs in order to save some time here. And the space that we're going to be interacting with right now is actually the corridor in which we lost our friend in several years ago, and it is unhappy, and we want to, you know, bring the happiness back to it. Oh, I put the coin there. You can also use the coin there as a backup, but usually you would do it after collecting all of the memories. And so we're going to put the coin down, and we're going to use a hammer to fly all the way through here, what could be considered out of bounds, but there's really no bounds to go out of. And we're going to just fly above the level and skip pretty much all the platforming down there. And we're going to be collecting 4 skateboards and 4 vents, the natural things you would find on like an outdoor corridor. And the first thing we're going to be doing is grabbing all of these vents, or grabbing all the skateboards, I should say, and floating through the air using the ability that we were given with the hammer. Grab this checkpoint after getting the top, and then boom, grabbing that, and then going through here. Okay, there we go. Flying through here, flying through the chest of this giant enemy here. These are kind of creepy, but you know, it's all about the aesthetics here. And then we're just gonna be jumping through here and grabbing the last skateboard over here. And then we're going to go back to where we put the teleporting coin and leave it back here again, so that once we collect all the vents, we can just immediately finish the level. Use the hammer in order to fly over to this next section. And originally in the route we would collect the vents from the bottom to the top, but you know, with the ability to fly with the hammer, we are able to get it from top to bottom, which is an objectively faster route. And now we're able to jump down here Okay, and grab that vent through the wall. Go over here, grab this vent, and as soon as this enemy looks away, we're gonna be grabbing this vent, and then teleporting back to where we put the coin. And now we can just finish the level. We're gonna go back to our boss, and we're going to be talking to him once more. And we're gonna see him tomorrow because that's the job done. And 3, 2, 1, time. It is time. So that is Liminal Ranger. That's a normal ending. There is still a secret ending or a true ending of this game. If you want to find that out, you should go play it yourself. I highly recommend it. It is a really good speed run. It's a really good game. Yotoim Top made like such an amazing job with this, and I highly recommend that you check it out. And other than that, I really don't have much else to say. And also, Yotoim Top made all the music. This was a one-man project. I cannot emphasize enough the amount of passion that went into this. It's a really good speedrun, and I was fortunate enough to show it off at really good marathons, including GDQ. And so I highly recommend picking this game up for yourself. It is free, technically, but it is also pay your own price. So if you're generous enough and you have the money to spare to donate to the dev, I highly recommend just going and buying it. So that's all for me. I am hoping you enjoy my 2 runs, especially Liminal Ranger. I'm especially proud of this one. This is a really good series and that holds close to my heart. So follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Ozmourn on all platforms. Join the Discord for this game as well. We're on spirit.com, and I'm really excited to see other runners come into this game at some point, because it's a really small community for a really nice indie game. So that is all for me. That's enough talking for me. Good luck to Sin Dark Fates for the next runner. I hope you all have a wonderful night.
Heck yeah, Oz, and it was especially awesome to support you with this last run. This is quite a game indeed. With that said, though, yes, Sin Dark Fates will be next with the Dishwasher Vampire Smile, Yuki Pretty Princess category, so stay tuned, everyone.
Now we're getting to the other end where it's